Oh is the name of the band, and this is their brand new song and music video for Star Sign that came out all of 3 hours ago. I'm really excited to check this out. This is a band who I've been really I picked up on them a little bit late. I've only been following them for maybe about a year, but our community's always had conversations, and on our Twitch streams we've been talking about things like, Akai Cohen and such like. So, kind of the creative energy behind this band has been something that I've been wanting to catch up with for a while, and I think it was really when their song Geek came out, or should I call it Geek? They love their multiple letters. I just remember watching the video and hearing that song and thinking, wow, this is really good. So I'm kind of like, that's a song that sort of tipped me over from being curious to, oh, I actually need to hear a lot more of this. So when I saw this new song was coming out, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to jump in real quick and find out what this is about. So the new song is called Star Sign. Not big into astrology, gonna be honest with you. I'd rather. So let's see where we go with this. Anyway, great musicians, great vocalists, great pedigree of music. I got reason to be excited. Let's find out how Star Sign goes. Put the volume on right here. Alright, a good stomping beginning. Not one of these videos where it's like split up and they're writing. I like how it's introducing each member as the song's building up. Classic rock and roll vibes. Nice little fills there. That was fun. That was a good build up. It's a very nice, simple chorus, but very melodically satisfying. That's just one of those choruses that just feels good, There's a good atmosphere in this song as well, which I think the video's nice with the band. I'm hoping feeling them together like a family. And they're really nicely adding those little breaks, those little pop-ins of clever little moments of instrumentation. Oh, the bassist and the guitarist are playing off each other so well in that build-up. That was a solid build-up. It's a good chorus, but it's so much better for the way they build up to it each time. What do you think? Are we going to get a bridge? He loves those wobbly sounds, doesn't he? Oh, earthquake. Hold up. We're having a full-on earthquake right now. You can probably see the frames behind me and everything's... Oh. I'm just going to allow this earthquake to end and then we'll finish the bridge. Oh, man. It's going for quite a while. Oh, my word. My curtains and everything are shaking as well. Is it going to finish? I think it's too late to... You can see the curtains and everything are wobbling. Crikey. All right, so, oh yeah, even the little choker side is having a little bit of a spin there. So, I hope that that was not anything too serious. I hope everyone's okay. It's still going though. It's starting to calm down, but blimey heck, we're getting a bit of a lengthy earthquake here. Think we're okay? It's the first time do you know what, I've had an earthquake before in a reaction, but it was never like that noticeable. It was actually one of those ones you just feel a bit of a tremor and you just keep going. That was the first one where I was like, I might actually have to stop and just be ready. All right, so well, there you go. That's a bit of a first. I'm going to rewind the song a little bit. I hope everyone's safe. Hopefully that was a small earthquake near to where I am rather than a big earthquake far from where I am. But let's keep our fingers crossed. Let's run back and give them the second chorus again. We had a nice build up there. Let's let it play out. I thought I was just tapping my foot. I was like, what, am I tapping so hard? The chair's moving. I love that they kind of went from the solo straight back into the pre-chorus build-up, but with more different variety of clever little playful musical interjections. This is a really interesting song to sum up. Playing out on the like a vocal refrain. That's a really nice choice. Oh, that's a nice ending as well. I like the little keyboard sound in the background there. Just the whole soundscape is playing out. It's really nice. Circle that star sign. Although star signs aren't real. Anyways, that was really nice. Now, let's just get into a few factors first of all. I think what's interesting about this is that the song itself is doing a fairly simple structure. But this is a great example of when you write a song that in its larger scale, looked at macroscopically, is actually quite simple, but then all of the fun things that make it fun are all the details, the nuances, the way that they show life and fun in amongst it. So you get to have this sort of simple melody-led song which has a beautiful simple chorus, and you got that build up and everything in the pre-chorus, even the bridge is just a case of like play a solo and then go back to the pre-chorus again and build up to the final crescendo. But just throughout there's all these playful things happening. It really, I'm gonna be honest with you, actually, when we had the intro and it stomps as it comes in, and then we had the first verse, kind of like about, as we were getting towards the end of the first verse, I was like, oh, this doesn't feel like it's got as much life and as spark as the last song I heard by them. It doesn't quite feel as fresh and as exciting. And then we came into that pre-chorus, and then bam, just suddenly all the ideas start just flowing. And that's so nice because the first verse sets you into a nice lull, and the pre-chorus is a great place to do that because in that pre-chorus you've got this opportunity to really play around and do some crazy things that also, apart from anything else, yeah, it gives you the feeling, oh, something's about to happen, puts you on edge, and it means that when the chorus does eventually come in, it feels much more like everything dropping back in and falling back into place. And that's great, especially when you're doing that with the very first chorus, making the very first chorus land that well. That's a really good tactic, and that works beautifully there. I would say though that the chorus itself, this is why the chorus itself is very standard. Nothing particularly out there. Is it the catchy? It's pretty catchy. It's not like the catchiest or most wow chorus ever, but it feels so rewarding every time it comes in because and I'm not saying it's a bad chorus. It is a very good chorus, but it's kind of like a 7 out of 10 rather than a 10 out of 10 chorus. But it feels like a 9 or 10 out of 10 just because the way they burst into it each time. You notice how every pre-chorus as well is different. Every time, so that first time they build up to the chorus, it's kind of chaotic. Then you have the second verse, and the verse has its little chaotic moments in it. And then when they have this build up to the second chorus, you notice how the build up this time now, whereas this time the build up, that pre-chorus is not so chaotic this time. This time it's actually more of a traditional big dramatic build up. So they've actually used the second verse as the bit to sort of set you a little bit off. Sort of put you feeling a little bit taken to what's the best way of saying this, but it's sort of slightly off the beaten track. Then the second pre-chorus does the inverse of what they did the first time around, and this is where it unifies you, but it builds you up in a sort of big, grand traditional. You hear all the sounds building up. Listen to the bass, how the bass sounds dramatic and the lead guitar sounds dramatic. Powerful. And that's just like a totally different way from how they did it the first time round. And this time, therefore, you're going into the second chorus equally pumped up for the chorus, but for a totally different reason. Beautifully done. And then they basically sort of run that back again. You get the solo, and then you get the kind of wild build up to the final chorus. Then the final chorus plays out. You get the little la 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 bit over the end, where they just allow the last chorus to roll on with a alternate, sort of sing along choral melody. This is a song where if you just look at the chord pattern and the vocal line, it's a simple, beautiful campfire melody of a sweet, enjoyable mid-tempo rock song. But you take the way that as a band they've put it together, it's superb. And this is actually one of the reasons why I'm really glad to see the whole band are kind of given, every single member of the band gets their little moment where they're up front and center here. And I think that's great because this is a song where you really feel like everyone does have their little bit where they come front and center. But it's not like long, obscure solos where you have to wait for the person to do like 8 bars of twiddle. And it's not like little bits where, they've got an arrangement where one member really wants to be heard more than everyone else. It's just a song where they all play together and then they just each have a little feel where, oh, there's a little bit and then back. And it's just kind of fun and playful. And I think it works superbly. So I have to say, I thought this was very satisfying. I think that chorus is going to be one that's going to stick with you. But one of the reasons it's going to stick with you is not just because it's a good chorus, but because it's built up to perfectly. I think sonically it's nice. Yeah, I think they've had the best of both worlds here. They both get to show off, be playful, and have their little moments of insane avant-garde musicianship. And show off their skills as well, whilst at the same time delivering a very sweet mid-tempo, melody-focused and melody-led rock and roll song that, in the hands of most other bands would be sweet but forgettable. In the hands of AU, I still think is that the right pronunciation? In the hands of AU, it's managed to be just as sweet and lovely and melodic, but memorable for having the quirky little clever ideas that give it that extra bit of life. I really enjoyed this. I am so excited to check out more of this band. When I first heard this band, I thought they were cool. I liked them. I wasn't like sort of wow. I was just like, oh, this is good. Based on this and the last song, I'm getting pretty excited. And I think, to be honest as well, they had a song in between. I think Crazy. I think I didn't do a video reaction for that. I think we did that on the Twitch stream. And I seem to remember really enjoying that one as well. So it looks like I might be on the AU train. I know you don't. I know you're going to make the joke. Don't make the joke. All right. Anyway, get in the comments instead. Tell me what you think. And until I hopefully see you very soon in Japan for the next one of these, hopefully minus an earthquake. For now, ciao, ciao.